Why ultras are so important for football. Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest, I have no idea what an ultra is. This was actually a recommendation that came in from Emil. So Emil, thank you for the recommendation for the video. I'm just gonna do a quick search here really quick. Let's hit Grok. What is an ultra in football? Oh, didn't do my question mark. Okay, so a highly dedicated, passionate, and organized fan known for their extreme support of a football club. Okay, so they're just like super fans? I guess that's what we call ultras. Y'all call it ultra.
You think you're funny, don't you?
I know I am.
Anyway, I'm so excited. I've been absolutely loving football. Well, I've only watched, I think, 2 videos on football and just atmospheres and fans and stadium sizes. It's just amazing. The vibes are so much higher with football than it is with like American football. So let's just dive right into this one. Why ultras are so important for football. Hit the like button. Let's get started. Okay, I'm already seeing some flares here. Let's go. I'm nervous.
We see ultras all around the world. From the frightening to the incredible, they are clearly the beating heart of many football clubs. But they're also a source of controversy. So we decided to break it down once and for all. What is an ultra?
Jeez.
And what do they do? We've all grown used
They piss off the opposing team, I'm guessing. This looks like a riot, and I know what they look like because they're all over America right now.
Mexicans, we are not illegal. No human is illegal, and no human should ever be illegal, Donald Trump.
And what do they do? We've all grown used to scenes like this out of Italy and Germany. Scenes from this
Crazy.
to this in the MLS. The glory of the Balkans, and all too often see them portrayed as criminals for moments like this. But what are ultras and what do they do? Originally used by
This song slaps, that song that was just playing. What was that? That was really good.
ultras, and what do they do? Originally used by the Gazzetta dello Sport to describe a group of supporters in the 1960s, ultras or ultras are one of the most broadly defined subcultures in the world. However, the term was only appropriated by an actual fan group in 1969 with Sampdoria's Ultras Tito Cucciaroni and Torino's Ultras Granata. Since then, fans have reappropriated the name, but given the global reach of the game, the term is far from clearly defined. Italians interpreted foreign styles of spectatorship and made their own, something between the South American barras and Brazilian torcidas and the British hooligans. Thus, ultras groups were established, born to represent the distinct cultures and traditions from which they originated. Taking inspiration from the time of city-states, in which autonomous cities would defend their identity and their interests against others, ultras value the defense of their territory, which is a feeling that has its roots in the historical age. They are the most fanatic supporters of a team, representing a sort of 12th man.
Contributing to what's happening on the field.
Yeah, kind of like a 12th man. And so in American football, we have 11 players. And you guys probably, I think you guys, there is 11 in regular football, I think, if I remember correctly. Watched the video the other day. I think there was 11. Anyway, getting off topic here. 12th man, obviously the crowd giving in that, shaking up the opposing team. So pretty cool.
Like no feeling like it.
An ultra is constantly committed to the club, setting up for match days and social events during the week, attending training sessions and youth games, and showing up hours ahead of match day for any last-minute preparations. Away matches are especially important. It's where one proves their true commitment to the group.
We played in Bremen and there were 20,000 people coming to that game and 16,000 from St. Pauli.
And the opportunity to show off your pride in another territory. This comes in the form of choreographies, flags, chants, banners, and fanzines.
The chants are crazy. If you haven't seen my last video, I just did chants for football, US versus UK. UK absolutely crushed it. I was blown away.
The strongest expression of these rituals are usually reserved for anniversaries of the clubs, legendary players, the fan groups themselves.
These flags that they make, where was I at here? I just saw them. They're look at this. This is insane. These old flares. It's not just like a normal flag that the ultras have apparently, but they're like a flag the size of my house. It's
expression of these rituals
so crazy.
Are usually reserved for anniversaries of the clubs, legendary players.
Look at that.
The fan group.
Does the team give them these, or are they full blown making all of these? Because that is insane. Like, look at this up here. That's got to be from the team. I don't think anyone made that, but the other ones right there, like, I don't know. I feel like this is like a fan flag, possibly. I don't know. Guys, let me know in the comments. I'm confused.
Legendary players, the fan groups themselves, derbies, rivalry games, and finally, big cup matches. Ultras have always been characterized by their rebellious nature. Unlike the British, who support largely rides on reacting to what's happening on the pitch, Ultras make their own show, beyond the result.
Eddig nagyon nagy munka van mögötte, akár egy hónappal előtte nekiállunk. Ezt a klub nem finanszírozás, saját terünkből alkotjuk meg mindig, saját szabadidő és anyagi tekintetben is.
Drums, flares, megaphones, smoke bombs, the opportunity to freely express a collective idea and a unity of devotion all contribute to this.
Okay, so it looks like they were out there painting it, or is that just street art? No, that's got to be the flag. They were painting it, and then they took it inside.
Tribute to this atmosphere. Whenever possible, Ultras will march through a city in a corteo, making sure their presence is well known. The group mentality is essential to being an Ultra. Rivalry and friendship are the most confusing and turbulent parts of Ultras culture. Of course, there are derbies between two teams of the same city or town, but the motivation behind friendships and distances between these relationships can be truly remarkable. Despite being rivals, Genoa and Sampdoria both have a friendship with Boca Juniors for their connection of immigrants established in the club. Crvena Zvezda's Delier, Olympiacos Gate 7, and Spartak Moscow's Fratria have a connection based on being the dominant team from three Orthodox nations. Just as Ultras took inspiration from political protest, the actions of Ultra groups have been influenced by political ideologies ranging from avowed nationalists to anti-fascists. For example, Celtic's Green Brigade, who forge international links and friendships with other anti-fascist Ultra groups across Europe on political grounds, as can be seen with their friendship with German side St. Pauli. While on the contrary, Lazio's Irriducibili consider Livorno.
That's a mouthful. What did he just say?
What did he say?
St. Pauli. While on the contrary, Lazio's Irriducibili.
That's gosh. Okay, so I have one question. He said that like some of the Ultras are kind of like working with organizations together. You know, I think it was like a youth program or a junior football program. These guys get into it, right? Like they get into it with each other. They gotta. I can only imagine if you're at a match, like I guess if you're, would have to be like a, what's it called when it's not home or away, like another external site that they're playing at. If both Ultras come to that game, I could imagine it gets pretty freaking wild.
Consider Livorno and Atalanta among their biggest rivals due to their political stance. Lazio's Ultras consider themselves to be far right, while Livorno and Atalanta fans are left wing. In recent decades, the culture has become a focal point for the movement against the commercialization of sports and football in particular. Big TV contracts have left stadiums empty, ticket prices are on the rise, and players seem to live in a different reality, where loyalty is lost and the chance of signing for a higher wage bill wins over the chance of acquiring legendary status amongst a group of fans. To Ultras, football at the highest level often feels like a sanitized product, built more for those in the main stand and in commercial suites than for the most devoted fans behind the goal. Simultaneously, authorities continue to innovate new forms of repression against fans.
Jusson Magyarországon és stadionban legalábbis itt a Fradinál kell egy személyigazolvány, egy szurkolói kártya, ami tartalmazza a születési dátumot, az embernek az édesanyja nevét, e-mail
mother's
címét,
maiden name?
illetve a tenyérlenyomatát.
That's insane. You have to have your mother's maiden name, an email address, an ID. What else did he said? A club card, which contains date of birth. How wild do these get? I mean, they're all wearing masks, so.
Igazolvány, egy szurkolói kártya, ami tartalmazza a születési dátumot, az embernek az édesanyja nevét, e-mail címét, a címét, illetve a tenyérlenyomatát.
Bans on pyro, megaphones and drums, bans on standing room and away travel have had little to no impact of instances on stadium violence. Today, maneuvering the minefield of stadium laws has become a nightmare. These laws have been introduced under the guise of reducing instances of violence at football, but have largely had the adverse effect of killing the atmosphere at many grounds. The fringe elements of these groups who seek out physical confrontation continue to operate, as security forces hopelessly seek to curb it through football-specific legislation. This has left fans feeling criminalized, suspicious that states and corresponding football federations would rather see them banished from the game. Whatever your club or political affiliation, the breadth of Ultras culture around the world is a testament to this beautiful game. At times, this passion can escalate into violence, but this is not an Ultras problem, but a societal one. An Ultras group's existence revolves around intense, coordinated support for their team through vibrant displays during matches, making noise on the terraces, and highlighting, publicising, and furthering issues affecting their local territory and in solidarity with other supporter communities.
Boys are just trying to have a good time, all right? The dogs are just trying to have a good time. And they're putting all these rules in the way. No, I totally get it. Like, there probably is some, like I said, there's probably some violence, but you are never, ever going to see team spirit like this in America.
In Egypt, the Ultras of Al Ahly and Zamalek have largely been credited for their pivotal role in the uprising of the Egyptian revolution. These are just a small number of the incredible initiatives regularly organised by nearly every Ultras group in the world. Like all groups, Ultras are hard to stereotype and even harder to define. But one thing is for sure, they are not all criminals, and when it comes to football, they remind us of a purer game. One in which you go out and support your team regardless of the names on the back of the shirt, turning friends into family and being proud of where you come from.
Oh, that was so cool. Holy cow.
Turning friends into family and being
That's
proud
crazy.
of where you come from.
That's awesome. All right, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Ultras seem pretty intense. I'm not going to lie. They seem pretty intense, but I feel like I'd want to get in there, especially if it was a team that, like, I was actually a huge fan of. You know, not saying I'm going to go out and riot in the street, but I get enthusiastic about my sports, if you know what I mean. All right, appreciate you guys watching. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Hey, if you guys have a video recommendation, I just added a new link. It's going to be in the description of this video, also just on my homepage. You can put in any video requests there and I'll possibly check them out. I already got a couple have come in, and which I've done, so I appreciate that. Also, really appreciate all the support that you guys have been showing. I had no idea that anyone would want to actually watch me learn European culture. So appreciate that. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.